Hey, so Scavenger Reviews here. Super random quick vid. Just popped in my head. So, alright, if anyone is a Planet of the Apes fan, raise your hand. I'm a Planet of the Apes fan. I like Planet of the Apes. I like the old ones. I like the new ones. I still to this day have not seen the Mark Wahlberg one, and I really don't feel the need to. Sorry. I mean, eventually I'll get around to watching it. Anyways, I love the old ones, adore them. Uh, Specifically, one and three are the best, if you ask me. One because, like, damn, you can't beat perfection. They nailed it out the gate. That is peak '60s sci-fi, and I love it. I love it. Just all of the scenes, like the whole Bright Eyes and like Dr. Sayus and get your hands off me, you damn dirty ape, and all of it, man. Just so much of it. That movie is like put it in like a movie museum. They have those like the preservation, like American Film Preservation Society, that thing, whatever it's called. Anyways, the second movie is absolute garbage. I have never seen. Well, that's not true. I have seen movies. What is up with some movie franchises and having the second movie immediately nosedive to being like the worst thing you've ever seen? Super random, but just off the top of my head, Pacific Rim. Why was Pacific Rim 1 the best fucking movie on earth, and then Pacific Rim 2 was Pacific Rim 2? Whew. It's cold in my house. I didn't, get but no, I got the shutter because of that, But anyways, and then 3, however, I like 3 because it's just so damn different. And three's the one I want to talk about today. 3 and then technically 7, the seventh movie. But anyways, in 3, so that movie kind of has like a little bit of a retroactive continuity because in the second movie the earth fucking explodes. Like it wasn't the whole thing, but like where they were fucking explodes because it's like a nuclear warhead that they were these underground cultists were worshipping. It's a bad movie. It's a bad movie. Anyways, it does have one funny scene in it where like the fire shows up. It's so sudden and so unexpected. You're just like, what the fuck? Anyways, the third one says like, hey, while that was going on, apparently, um, they escaped, and that's where you get escape from the Planet of the Apes. And how it says it is like, oh, they got in a ship and somehow went through a wormhole, like, because the first movie has a wormhole, but like it's clearly the inciting incident. It wasn't like meant to happen. Quote unquote. Apparently, wormholes are just all over the fucking space, literally. The space, because anybody can just go in these things. Apparently, I don't know. That'd be my only gripe with 3. And then I like it so much because it's just so damn different, man. I mean, 3 is like the oddball out of the franchise as a whole, you know, because like 1 and 2 are very similar, as far as like tone and setting and blah blah blah. Even though I don't like 2, 1 and 2 feel very connected. 3 is its own little bubble, and then you get 4 and 5, which feel very connected. Anyways, and I love 3. I love the story. I love the characters. Um, and the whole like birth of excuse me, it's very late. Mm. But the whole birth of Caesar and the representation and the metaphors and yada yada. Um, Now this is what I'm getting at, right? In Escape from the Planet of the Apes, I'm not even gonna go late into 4 and 5. 3 is what I'm talking about. 3 and again 7, but technically they're not linked. But so I can't remember her name. I'm really bad with names. But anyways, the female chimp scientist doctor. Her. Yeah. She's talking about the first chimp to stand up against their oppressors. And she goes on and she's like, at first it was just simple grunts, you know, noises here and there, but no cohesive thought or whatever. I'm paraphrasing here. And then there was the one that stood up. Aldo. Aldo stood up against his oppressors and had enough, and he said something that was spoken to him more times than he can count. He said no. And again, that's paraphrasing, but that's a good fucking line. Okay? Just like he said no. Now, with the modern trilogy, I'm talking about Rise. Well, actually, it's a quadrilogy now. Rise, Dawn, War, and Kingdom of the Apes and all that. In Rise of the Planet of the Apes, very long titles of all these movies. I love it. I love it and I hate it because it's really fun for me to just go Planet of the Apes, Beneath the Planet of the Apes, Escape from the Planet of the Apes, Battle for the Planet of the Apes, Conquest of the Planet of the Apes, Planet of the Apes, Rise of the Planet of the Apes, Dawn of the Planet of the Apes, War for the Planet of the Apes, and Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. Yes, I really just did them all. Anywho, Rise, which I want to say came out in 2009. I'm not sure. Was that right? Has that moment that was talked about in Escape, except it's Caesar who does it. And I'm wondering, right? I wonder if at any point of the production, if they were ever going to include Aldo. You know, I think from the beginning, like this was going to be like a straight up reboot, like a spiritual successor, but still a straight up reboot. It was not meant to actually connect to this was like the MK9, okay? Mortal Kombat 9, like 2011. That's what Rise of the Planet of the Apes was. But I was just thinking, and what if wouldn't it have been so, I don't know, maybe it would have been more impactful, maybe it would have been less impactful. Cause no. Holy shit. Like in Rise, when you hear it, like the guy is beating on him, and then Caesar gets the baton and starts hitting him. The guy grabs the baton and says, "Get your damn paws off me! No, get your paws off me, you damn dirty ape." He says the line, which the Rise really kind of ham-fisted those lines in, like in the original, where it's like it's a madhouse. It felt legitimate and sincere, and not what those aren't it. It felt genuine. That's what I'm looking for. And get your hands off me, you damn dirty ape. Also felt genuine. Rise really feels like they were checking off a list of like getting this in the script, got that in the script, got that in the script. Anyways, when he grabs that baton, when Caesar grabs that baton, and you see the camera go like this, and he yells, "No!" You feel that. I mean, people talk about like Optimus Prime in movies, like Optimus Prime making, you want to stand up and salute your fellow Autobot and go fight the Decepticons. Caesar made me want to go fight the humans. Like, see, oh my god, it's so impactful, and the movie handles it perfectly. Like just look up Planet of the Apes no scene if you have not seen it. If you haven't seen it, first of all, what are you doing? Watch the movies. They're great. You've got 9 movies that are great and a 10th one that seems yeah, again, I haven't watched it. Abraham Lincoln though. Anyways, you get to that scene and with the impact of the movie, but even I think it would stand on its own. Like again, if you just watch that 3 little minute scene on YouTube, it's so impactful. But what I'm wondering is, I wonder if there was ever a point in this, in the production, in the making of, and all that, if they considered having Aldo say no. Still have Caesar be the main character, right? Caesar is our lead. Caesar is our protagonist. Caesar is the leader of the, chimpanzees and in all of the apes and all of the, you know, primates as a whole. Yada yada. But what if Aldo was the one to say no? What if Aldo was the one to stay out, and it was Caesar's leadership? You know what I mean? Like, so like picture this, which first of all, Aldo's not even in the movie at all, which I don't know, always felt kind of weird because again, these were meant to be like, different movies, not connected to the originals, but still kind of like, huh. Anyways, Aldo is replaced with Rocket, okay? Even though I love Rocket, Rocket is my man. He's the goat, but replace Rocket with Aldo, have Aldo Rocket, but have Aldo in that scene where he's still out after they're supposed to go in, getting beat on, and then he grabs a stick. Have Aldo say no, though. You know? That way, it still is separate. It's still completely separate. It's not the same universe. Again, this is the Mortal Kombat 9 of the franchise. Well, I guess technically it's not, because Mortal Kombat 9 is supposed to still be canon to the Midway game, so I guess that would have turned it into the Mortal Kombat 9. But I've always just thought about that. I always thought it was a really cool idea, and man, I just freaking love the Planet of the Apes. Again, those original five movies, 1 and 3 are spectacular. Again, I know 3 kind of has its detractors and like not a lot of fans, but like I don't see it, man. I like 3. 2's the worst movie ever. Not the worst movie, but like it's definitely the bottom of the franchise. And that seems actually pretty consistent because I've watched a lot of people talk about Planet of the Apes as a whole and like series rankings and series tier lists and stuff like that. And that seems pretty consistently on people's bottom. But yeah, 3's good. 4 and 5, I like 4 and 5. I like 4 because it's the Terminator like kind of salvation, also which also happened to be the fourth movie, but it's like the Terminator salvation before Terminator salvation. You know, I mean the whole series has been like kind of working up, not the whole series, really just 3. Still, but like 3 kind of set up like the moment of the uprising and having enough and blah blah blah. Okay, tell you sorry. And 4 is like kind of the most violent one and has some very dated political statements, I'll just say. Uh okay. Anyways, moving on from that. And then you get 5, and honestly Conquest is, wait a second, am I mixing these up? It's the fifth movie called, I don't know, hold on. Okay. So Conquest is the fourth movie. Battle is the fifth movie. Sorry about that. So whatever I was saying before, ignore that. My B. What? Real quick, might as well show it off because I like to show off my movies. Not that exciting of a collection. Blu-ray. This Blu-ray I got from eBay, and it's pre-owned, and you can see like somebody's. You can barely see it. But you see like 9.2 or whatever. I don't know. And then Blu-ray. This one has a slipcover. Look at that. I like slipcovers. And then this. I have this collection. I don't have them individually, but they are pretty neat. Hold on. Cover on individual discs. So now you look at that. That's pretty cute. Yeah. I like it though. It kind of. I don't know. I like it though. Anyways, yeah, Battle is just okay if you ask me. Not bad by any means, not good. I do like, I love, even though I don't like Beneath that much. I fucking love the fact that Battle connects back to Beneath because you find the cult that's like starting to worship this missile as a symbol and stuff like that. Like I loved that. It's like, hey, Beneath kind of sucked, but we're still considering it part of the series. You know, we're still. I love that. I love that. You know, I hate whenever series have like a bad one, quote unquote, and then they completely drop that and never touch it again and never mention everything. Mention anything. I hate that. It's like you got some bad ones, you got some good ones, but you know what? They're all movies or shows or games or whatever it is. But it's all part of the same story. Don't ignore it. I hate that. I hate that. Anyways, this was supposed to be just like kind of a quick, story discussion and not theory, but like wouldn't it be cool if like a what if, And again, just from like a behind the scenes perspective, I wonder if they ever considered it. I wonder if they ever thought about that. Um, I mean, I'm sure there's a version of Rise of the Planet of the Apes because these are the movies I grew up on. These movies, okay? I did not watch. Let me check something. Okay, War came out in 2017, right? I did not watch these until like 2020 or something like that. I don't remember when. Whenever this particular pack got to Walmart, somebody can do the not the math, but somebody can look it up if they really want to. Whenever this particular pack got to Walmart is when I bought it. I watched I grew up watching the Rise, Dawn, and War movies. Particularly Rise. I just watched that movie freaking over and over, man, because that movie slaps. I love that movie. But these are the ones I grew up on. Um, where was I going with that? I don't know. But as I was saying, I don't. This wasn't like a whole series retrospective. Maybe I'll do that. You know what? Maybe I will do a whole series retrospective on every movie because I like doing that. And maybe I'll finally get around to watching that Mark Wahlberg. I don't even think it's bad necessarily. Everything I've heard about it is like, oh, it's not so bad and it's kind of weird. Um, I kind of made fun of the like Abraham Lincoln, and I'm not going to take that seriously. But I don't know. Like, I'll give it a shot. I'll give it a shot. Anyways, though, I've been Scavenger. Oh, by the way, if you noticed, I don't have my glasses on right now, and the reason for that, I broke them. So, don't tell OSHA, but I was at work, and there was some totes up on a shelf, and I climbed up on the shelf and was like grabbing it, and it fell and poof, right in my face. And completely, like you can see, like right at the bridge of the nose, snapped them right in half. Yeah, but they were free glasses, so free glasses are free glasses, and they lasted for like almost 4 years. I know you're supposed to get a new pair like every like 2 years. People say most people say like technically every year, but like it's not even like a money issue because obviously I got the money for glasses. I'm getting a new pair tomorrow. I already But anyways, what I'm saying is it's just like I don't want to get a new pair every year. I don't know. I'm the type of person I wear a pair. I'm getting off topic. Shut up. Anyways, I've been Scavenger Reviews. Like, comment, subscribe, and yeah. Let me know what you guys think about Planet of the Apes. Let me know what you think about my suggested what if. Again, it's not a theory or headcanon. It's just a suggested what if. Um, Let me know if you guys like the Mark Wahlberg Planet of the Apes. Anyways, yeah. If that's all, then like, comment, subscribe, hype me up, and I will catch you guys on the next one. Peace.